back, everyone. Welcome back. Let me ask you a question. Is your practice built on one-off transaction, or is it built on long-term transformations? The difference between those two models is the difference between a struggling practice and a thriving empire. Today, we're doing a deep dive into one brand that has mastered the art of selling transformation, Peach and Lilly. We are going to deconstruct their K-Beauty playbook to uncover a powerful business model that will help you stop competing on price and start commanding loyalty. We're going to cover 3 core strategies from their playbook: selling the destination, the glass skin journey, education as your number one marketing tool, and lastly, turning your philosophy into a profitable membership model. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Kimberly Madison, a doctorally prepared nurse practitioner and founder of the Alliance of Cosmetic Nurse Practitioners. The only professional membership dedicated to cosmetic nurse practitioners who specialize in cosmetics and entrepreneurship. So when you take your weekend course, your on-demand training, or go back to academia for something more formal, we're there to pick up where they leave off, providing ongoing weekly coaching and mentorship, holding your hand through the whole process, from ideation as a thought that you have a dream to implementation. Now it's out there in the world. Now that it's out there, now you're getting feedback. Now it's growing. Now the market's changing. We're there through all of that with you, because entrepreneurship is lonely. And your first question is never your last question. So when you need help, where are you going to go? We hope you come here with us. So right now that I'm filming, we're in the middle of batch content day. This is episode number 6, and really super excited to get into this one. So unlike some of your other dermatology platforms, we're here to help you with your business. And so we take a look at some other businesses. We get to understand the origin, the people behind the brand, and then we look at their business success philosophy, framework, strategies, and we apply it to where you're at so that you can take from it anything that you find valuable and you can implement it in your own practice. If you're interested in business, cosmetics, you're not going to get this in nursing and NP school. Now, it is slowly happening, and there are some schools that are implementing business, but the core base curriculum of nursing, all the CEs that you need to get to maintain your certification and licensure, are not sounded in business. And nursing and being a physician, they're roles, but the industry we're in is healthcare, and healthcare is a business. The healthcare industry is a business. Now, healthcare itself, the application of caring for people, that's a clinical practice founded on ethics. And sometimes when we put those two things together, it doesn't always mesh very well. But I believe that nurses and NPs were already in the business of business. And once we understand the tools that we already have available, once we know how to actually manipulate them and put them in place in a way that's mutually beneficial for all the parties involved and ethically sound, we can keep the doors open, whether they're our doors or they're someone else's. And when those doors stay open, patients get the care they need when they need it from the people they want to get it from. And so that's largely what motivates me to be here, because you spend so much time, your money, your time, your healthcare, your sacrifice to get here. And when you get here, sometimes you're not always prepared for what here is going to look like. And I don't want you to abandon everything that you work so hard for. And a lot of it comes down to just having the right tools, being in the right community, and believing that you can. So speaking of believing, we always start these episodes with a scripture, devotional, something like that, and prayer. We're going to start with prayer today. God, your word is filled with promises that offer guidance for my life. Sometimes it's difficult to fully grasp your promises. So please allow me to trust the depth of your faithfulness, light my path, and give me clarity on how you want me to live. In Jesus' name, amen. And so I come on here not just to give you information, but to share what it's like to do this thing. And so today we're doing batch content, and that is how I stay consistent and persistent. Now, look, I'm not the only one doing it. I didn't come up with it. We're not here to reinvent the wheel, and we're not here to duplicate what's already being done. We're only here to fill gaps in education, clinical practice, and business. And so I'm being very honest and transparent that I'm doing this batch content because I want you to do it, because I want you to stay consistent and persistent. And you can think, oh, I'm married, I have children, I'm busy, I'm in school, I can't do what they're doing. But you can. And if I tell you how I'm doing it, it gives you a strategy to do the same thing. So I'm very transparent on what's happening on this side of the screen. And if you have questions about other things that we're doing, we're here to help. We're here to be collaborative, not competitive. Let's jump into the founder of Peach and Lily. This is Alicia Yoon. She's the founder of Peach and Lily. She has a story that really begins with her own skin. Like so many of us, I have my own skin story that I'm going to tell you guys in a couple episodes. As a child and into adulthood, she battled severe eczema. This wasn't just a minor irritation, it was a daily struggle that made her deeply empathetic to anyone with skin concerns. It was this personal journey that sparked a lifelong obsession with skincare. While she was building a successful career in finance and consulting, working at places like Goldman Sachs, her passion for skincare never faded. In fact, it became a quiet side hustle. She would give facials to her colleagues and even enrolled in an esthetician school in Korea to learn how to manage her own skin. It was during this time she discovered something eye-opening. Many of the big Western beauty companies were secretly getting their best formulas from the labs in Korea. She knew then that the Korean beauty wasn't a trend. It was truly innovative and effective. After she graduated from Harvard Business School, she faced a choice: continue on a safe and lucrative corporate path, like so many of you, right? Or take a massive leap of faith. She chose the latter, and aren't we glad she did? Cashing out her savings to launch Peach and Lily in 2012. Her mission was simple but ambitious: to bring the groundbreaking, gentle, and effective Korean beauty products she had discovered in the US as one of the early pioneers. She helped to introduce the world to concepts like glass skin and redefine what good skincare could be. Her story is a testament to turning a personal struggle into a professional passion, creating a brand rooted in the belief that everyone deserves to feel confident in their skin. This goes back to what we talked about in a few episodes back, the importance of telling your story and owning it. That's exactly what Alicia did. So let's start with the genius, right? She didn't just sell serum. They sold a destination, glass skin. What's the transformation? Where's your client at now? Where do they want to be? So let's look at the strategy. So glass skin is aspirational. It's a journey, not a single product. By selling the destination, they created a framework where the complex 10-step routine became the necessary roadmap, and their products became the essential tools to get there. Looking at the trends, this taps into the skintellectual movement. Today's patients are tired of quick fixes. They're craving something that's really comprehensive and a long-term plan from someone who's very trusted, nurses and NPs who's more trusted than us. And it's not me saying that. The public has voted us as the most trusted profession for 2 decades now. Now, what's the lesson for you, right? You must stop selling one-off syringes of filler. That is a low-value transaction. Instead, you need to sell your own signature destination. Is it the 90-day bridal glow-up, the executive skin refresh, the postpartum restoration journey? Frame your services as a long-term partnership with a guaranteed outcome. And think about your target audience. Where are they at right now in their life? Where could they be, right? Because if you have someone who's pregnant and maybe they can't participate in some of your other treatments or services, but they won't be pregnant forever, right? Think about where else they're going to be. And also think about different genders, different races, different parts of life, different milestones in life that you can tap into. If you have some of your own ideas, let me know in the comments section, right? And on your way there, hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified next time we go live and every week after that. So how did Peach and Lily convince the American market to adopt a 10-step routine in a time where minimalism is being preached all the time? Well, they were relentless with high value education. Okay, let's take a look. Their website, their blog, and their social media is an educational library. They explain the why behind every single step, the science of double cleansing, the purpose of essence, and the role of an ampule. They empowered their customers with knowledge, which built immense trust. They gave it away for free. Most NP practices use social media to post before and afters and monthly specials. This is tactical but not strategic. Instead, put on your business and investor hat. Your social media and your email list should be 80% education on your philosophy of care and 20% promotion. You need to become the most trusted educational resource in your city. Teach your audience about the physiology of aging, the science of skincare ingredients, and the why behind your treatment plans. You will attract your ideal patients, the ones who are seeking a true expert and a long-term partner, not the cheapest deal on Groupon. And this happens into so many things we talk about here. So first of all, when it comes to not the long-term partner, that's why I talked about before, the importance of having a tiered Anything you're going to sell, want to have tiered options, right? You have your best, your biggest one. So it's kind of like a bronze, silver, gold, right? So you want to sell the gold package, right? But your customer might not be ready or in a position to get the gold package, but you don't want to lose them as a customer. And so you have your bronze and silver options, right? And this allows them to become your partner to build to that, right? And then not the cheapest deal on Groupon. You're showing them. And we know by looking at data analysis that when people see that, what is it? Bronze and gold, they're going to go for the silver package because no one wants the cheapest, like psychologically. And then sometimes we're not in a position or we don't trust that the most expensive thing is necessary. And so a lot of times when consumers see those three options, they automatically pick the one in the middle. And then the ingredients. So we know in medical and nursing school, we don't really learn about the ingredients. Actually, our clients and people on social media tend to be more well-versed than we are. And that's why in the Alliance, I'm so excited. Now we have our esthetician friends. They're very well versed in ingredients. And in the Alliance, we're going to be incorporating that same education so that our members can be equally confident about the information, but also be able to share it, whether it's in this educational content here or to be called on as thought leaders. This will allow you to really help set yourself out, especially when we talk about saturated and competitive markets. This is another way you can do that by being really clear in your communication and offering education, right? Especially when we talk about cosmetics, there's a lot of singing and dancing, but sometimes just you don't have to do all that. You can continue if you want, but you can also just sit and provide information. An endocrinologist friend of mine in the show, The Male Initiative, she just stepped out and launched her own telehealth practice, Dr. Peggy, and she's new to social media, and she's just sitting at a chair with her white coat on, educating. And she has getting thousands of views just by doing that. Don't overcomplicate it. And shout out to another friend of mine, a lawyer friend who's also getting into the social media space. Just yesterday, we were talking about her own batch content plan and how to not be so burnt out. And so she's thinking about having a certain aesthetic, which reminds me, there's a dermatologist, he wears black in every, so we're calling it the uniform, the social media uniform. And so, it might be a color, it might be a scrub top where you kind of wear the same thing every video, and even a top or like the background might be the same. This way you can kind of get a lot of batch content and people won't be thrown off by the fact that it's the same. They'll get used to that being your signature. Okay, so let me know in the chat what's one piece of high value education you can teach your audience this week. And if you have, you want to brainstorm, let us know. Okay, so this is how we connect the journey and the education to a profitable, predictable business model. So their 10-step routine at Peach and Lilly is not a suggestion, it's a reoccurring revenue model. Customers keep coming back again and again to repurchase the products needed to stay in their glass skin journey. You need to create your own signature program or membership. Stop selling services a la carte. Bundle them into a 6-month or 12-month skin health membership. Even that skin health membership can come with its own card. I was doing some marketing recently. I don't know, should I go grab my marketing and show you guys? And when I was looking at some of the different options that were out there, one of the ones that ChatGPT recommended was so like instead of your regular paper traditional business card, you can get one that's more like a credit card. And let's say it's black or whatever color. You can make any color be, seem exclusive and VIP status. Like, because our colors, one of our dominant colors for our brand is green. So I think they say the green card, right? Or the pink card, one of our colors is pink. But let's say, or the white card. Anyway, the fact that you say it over and over and over, it's going to make it desirable. But anyway, let's say you sell your skin health, your skin health membership, but not only is it a package, now you're giving them something exclusive to actually something tangible. And if they can continue to like add points to it or something, it just ups the level of like luxury. And people hold on to these things much more than like anything paper or even nothing. If it's just a membership that they just log into, it gives them something to kind of walk away with and even brag about. Maybe they'll even make a social media post about it and create their own trend, or maybe you can create your own trend with that too. And so this can include a set number of neurotoxin treatments, filler treatment, a series of chemical peels, or quarterly skin consultations. Just think about what you're hearing them ask for. This model creates predictable, reoccurring revenue for your business, and it guarantees better results and higher loyalty for your patients and your clients. They're no longer buying a procedure. They're investing in a long-term transformation with you as their trusted guide. So, what are going to be the takeaways for you today? The most successful founders don't compete on price, on one-on-one syringes, right? They dominate the market with the value of their philosophy. Sell the destination, educate relentlessly, and bundle your expertise into a high-value journey. That's the Peach and Lilly playbook. And I think when you do get into the education space, something I learned really quickly with the podcast is it's never ending. It's never ending. There's so many diagnoses, so many medications, so many side effects, different ways they work, different diseases, different levels of education. You can do like a brief overview, and you can get really nitty gritty into the different components of a visit, right? The assessment, the diagnosis, the diagnostics that lead to that diagnosis, the differentials. What do you call it? The treatment, Western treatment, Eastern treatment, complementary and alternative medicines. And then, of course, the evaluation. What's that look like? How much tech is involved? So many areas, it's really limitless. And so when people struggle with content, social media content, what to talk about, think about education. Where are those gaps? Yeah, and even just treatment as a whole, like these are the treatments, the commonly recommended treatments, but then individual treatments, and then go into the history of those treatments. When did they start? How has it evolved over the course of time? Who's involved in that? Who's really well known in that space? Talk about them, talk about their research, their thought leadership, their philosophies. It's really endless. This is information you can provide over and over again. You don't have to be fearful that you're giving up way too much, because think about it, this 20-minute video, a 30-second reel, you can never teach everything you know. Even in a 1-hour lecture, there's no way you can sum up your 10, 20, 30 years, 6 months of clinical experience or 30 years of lived experience into one anything. Okay, so there's always going to be a reason to keep coming back. And if you keep listening to your clients and using the language they're using, they're going to be very loyal, just like Peach and Lilly have found out. So if you're serious about building a brand with this level of strategic depth, and you want a step-by-step guidance to create your own signature program, then at the Alliance of Cosmetic Nurse Practitioners, you'll find that you'll be right at home right there. I invite you to visit cosmeticmp.org and join our waitlist so you'll receive a special invitation when the doors open again. If you have any questions, you can certainly message us directly. You can leave them in the comments and we'll take a look there and answer you. And we just thank you for joining. We see you. We just want you to leave a comment when you're here so I don't have to be by myself and talk alone. Thank you for joining for office hours. If you're joining me for Batch Content Day, I'll be right back. Otherwise, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.